All right, everybody. I'm testing out a new live program I downloaded on my phone, so I'm hoping that this works. It's telling me the stream status is a slow connection, so I'm hoping it goes through okay. Hey, everybody. Hey, Combat Painter and Sebastian. I hope this is going well. Like I said, it's an experiment for me to use this new program, so we'll see how it goes. And so I thought by doing that, we finished off the Toronto series with the White Sox. This is game three. Chicago's won the first two. And starting pitchers for Toronto will be Jerry Garvin, the rookie left-hander, and he'll be facing Steve Stone. Look at our starting lineups. It'll be Gar, Bannister, Orta, Zisk, Spencer, Johnson, Soderholm, Lemon, and Downing for the White Sox. And for the Blue Jays, Garcia, Mason, Alt, Fairley, Ewing, Al Woods, Gary Woods, McKay, Cerrone, and then, of course, Garvin. It was a bad day for the Rolls for weather, so singles are 1 to 2 for lefties, righties are 1 to 7, home runs 1 to 12. And as I've done previously, I'll go ahead and pull out the next set of 1978 Topps cards that I got off eBay. These are mostly commons, and I didn't pay very much for them, so I'm not looking for any big hits or anything. This is more for nostalgia and to bring back memories. And maybe we'll get some Blue Jays or some White Sox in here. We'll see. I have no clue what we're going to get. See, the first guy is Whitey Herzog. So first card showing up is Whitey Herzog. Got Bucky Dent. He's got a middle name that a lot of people have come to know, but I'll let you be the imagination for that. Larry Heisel, Ted Simmons, a solid catcher. George Scott, the boomer. Reggie Smith, the Dodgers. A very young Bobby Cox with Atlanta. The first time he was with Atlanta. Vic Davalillo, Randy Elliott, Ron Jackson, Jackie Brown, Roger Metzger, Steve Mingori, Elias Sosa, Mike Champion, Rob Belwar, Gary Lavelle, Lyman Bostock, Pepe Frias, Ron Hodges, Cesar Cedeno, Moose Haas, Mike Torres, Jim Dwyer, Tom House, Doug Rao, Lee May, Gene Kleins of the Cubs, Paul Splittorff, Jim Bibby, Tom Verizor, Gary Alexander, Eduardo Rodriguez, Craig Swan, Thad Bosley, and Joe Nolan. Now, this other guy here brought back memories definitely. I can go back and find him. And that is, where'd you go? Hold on, folks, I'll find him. Here he is. Rob Belwar. I saw him play minor league ball. You can see by his stats right here. He was in Richmond in 1976 and 1977. So most of the 77 season, he played here locally for the AAA Richmond Braves. And I remember seeing him as a kid. That name really stood out because it was an unusual name. So anyway, that's our unveiling of the 77 or 78 Topps, I should say. And it's kind of nice to stroll down memory lane once in a while. All right, we are ready to go now. We've got all the festivities out of the way. Jerry Garvin will be standing on the mound, and he'll be ready to face Ralph Garr. Thanks, Larry. I appreciate that. I try to do my best to be entertaining, but also informative if I can. I usually try to pull out a player story, but I've used all my Toronto ones. Actually, the one little tidbit I can say about this, I was watching a documentary on Exhibition Stadium, and ironically, the Blue Jays opened Exhibition Stadium against the White Sox in '77, and they closed Exhibition Stadium against the White Sox in 1989, middle of the season. Then they moved to the Sky Dome, which later became the Rogers Center. But Exhibition Stadium, the first game there was against the White Sox, the last game against the White Sox 12 years later. All right, now we are ready to go. And it is Ralph Garr against Jerry Garvin, lefty on lefty. See if that affects Garr. 2-7. It's going to fly to center. So that's one away. And that'll bring up Alan Bannister. 4-10. Garvin against a righty. It's a fly ball center field X. And the center fielder in this case is Gary Woods, and Gary Woods is a 4E3. 4E3. 4 and a 13, he'll get to that, and that's a 5, so that could be a rare play, or it is a rare play. Let's see how rare it is off the outfielders. We get a 4 and a 13. 4 and a 13 is a F1. So we go to F1 on the Super Advanced chart. F1, rare play. The outfielder races back to the wall and makes a diving catch, but ends up colliding with the wall. He holds onto the ball, but is dazed. All base runners tag up and advance 2 bases before the outfielder recovers. Well, nobody's on base, so he's going to make a good catch. Slamming into the center field wall, Gary Woods. But no runner advancement because nobody's on base. That's right, Sebastian. He did have a walk-off home run against Bobby Thigpen. Remember seeing the highlights. Here's George Orta, 4-2. Garvin is going to be a walk. Lefty on lefty. He walks Orta. And he ought to not do that, but he did it anyway. Now that brings up Richie Zisk. Pitch to Zisk at your own risk. 110. Yeah, it's ground ball to third, so he'll get away with it. And that's going to end the inning. So nothing for the White Sox here in the first. We go to the bottom of the first. Toronto coming to bat. And it'll be Stoney, Steve Stone, longtime partner of Harry Carey in the Cubs broadcast. Now he's doing the White Sox games. He's facing Pedro Garcia. Did I lose connection? We have lost connection. Please stand by. I hope it's still recording. Like I said, it's brand new. I'm testing it out. So there could be a bug in there. It's hard to tell. 5-5 is a strikeout of Steve Stone. Or by Steve Stone of Garcia. 1 away. We are back. Larry, did you lose connection or did I lose connection? Because right now it's telling me it's still recording. So, like I said, it's a brand new, or at least to me, it's a new program. So this is the first time I'm trying it. So there could be some bugs. 5-5 against Stoney. That's a fly to center. And there is 2 away. That'll bring up Doug Alt. 1-5 for Alt. It's going to strike him out. That's going to end the inning. So the inning is over. Oh, you lost connection. Okay. Because the thing said it was still recording, so I'm hoping it still is. I'm just, like I said, it's an experiment. I'm trying it to see how it works. It's the old program I was trying to use, get Camera Fi Live thing I didn't really care for, but it was the only one I had. And then I downloaded this one from the Play Store, so hopefully this will work better. Spencer starting off the second, 4-8, lefty on lefty. It's a strikeout. So Jerry Garvin, the lefty, strikes out Spencer, 1 away. 4-7 against the righty, Lamar Johnson, the DH, he walks. So with the lefty on the mound, they sit Oscar Gamble and put in Lamar Johnson, the DH. He's no threat to steal, so he's not going anywhere. Soderholm, 5-6. Garvin against the righty, 5-6. 1-2 is a triple. 3-20 is a double. That is a 14. It's a double. Now the question is, can Johnson try to score, or will he try to score? He only runs at a 9, so he's not going to risk it. He's going to stop at third. There's only 1 out. So runners at second and third. 1 out for Chet Lemon. Infield's back. They'll give up the run. 6-5. 6-5's ground ball shortstop X. Shortstop is Mason. He's a 4E22. 4 and a 10. This will probably get the run home, I suspect, since they're playing back. 4 and a 10 is a G3. And it's a good thing they were playing back, because a 4 and a 10, that G3 would have been a hit had they been playing in. So it's a good thing they were playing back. And that's a 12, and he is an E22. E22, there is no 12, so it's simply going to be a G3, which we'll look at the runner advancement. Second and third, a G3. G3, second and third. Infield normal, runner advance. So it's like a ground ball C, I guess is the best way to describe that. So it's going to be a 6-3 ground out, but the run will score, and Soderholm will go to third. So RBI ground out for Lemon. Now 1-0 Sox. Yes, they are wearing those disgustingly ugly black or navy blue uniforms. All right, here is Downing. 5-7 against Garvin. That's a strikeout, so Garvin's going to get out of the inning only allowing the 1 run. So the Sox take a 1-0 lead on the Blue Jays after 1 complete. And Steve Stone, actually after 1.5, not 1 complete, my bad. Steve Stone to start the bottom of the second against Ron Fairley, the DH. 2-7 for Fairley. And Fairley's loaded with hits in column 2, but 2-7's a grounder to short. So, one away. Brings up Sam Ewing. No relation to JR. 5-12. Ground ball first base X. That is Spencer. He's a good first baseman. Spencer, one of the few fielders that's pretty good for the White Sox. He's a 1E13. Don't need to roll the 20 because we know he's going to get to it. E13, and that is a 9. We'll check an E13 and see if there's any 9s. There is no 9s. Good play. Spencer, he'll take it to the bag himself. 2 down. And that'll bring up Al Woods. 6-7. Stoney against the lefty. 6-7. 1-10's a double. 11-20 is a single. So Al Woods will get on base with a single. So 2-out single for Al Woods. I'm sorry, it's 2-out double. That was a double, wasn't it? Because it was below 10. So not bad. A double for Al Woods. I didn't want to cheat him out of a base. Here's Gary Woods. 2-7 for Gary Woods. Rounder to short, and that's going to end the inning. So Stoney pitches out of trouble. And we go to the third with the score still 1-0 Sox. And leading things off for the Sox will be the top of the order, Ralph Garr. There's Jerry Garvin. A little slow to get back on the mound, but there he is. So Ralph Garr will lead things off. 2-5, lefty on lefty, and that's a 1-19 single. So almost guaranteed a single here. And it is. So Ralph Garr, leadoff single. He might be looking to run, although Garvin is a -6 on the hold rating, so you'd be taking your chances. Even if he got the jump, it'd be with Cerrone. Cerrone's a -1 also, so the best you can have is a -5. So that would be, even if he got the jump, the best he could do is 1-10. So they're gonna shoot a steal. And here's Bannister. 3-6 against the lefty. 3-6. That's a home run chance for Bannister right there. 1-8 is a homer. 9-20 is a double. And that's a 6. So Bannister, a 2-run shot. And Garvin rocked on that one. 2-run bomb for Bannister is 3-0 White Sox. And here we go again if you're the Blue Jays. 1-4 for Orta against the lefty. And he will pop to second for out number 1. If that had been a clutch result, he'd have gotten a hit. It wasn't. Here's Richie Zisk. 3-8 for Zisk against the lefty, and that's a solid single. The opposite way to right field. And Richie Zisk. 1-out single brings up Spencer. Zisk is no threat to steal. 2, so we got a chance at a possible balk or pass ball. Garvin's a 3 balk rating, and we will be checking for his balk rating, so he's got a 3. And no balk. So back to Spencer. 1-2. Look at that. Spencer, he didn't balk, but he gave up the home run to Spencer. Look at Spencer's card. 1-2 right there, a solid home run. Another 2-run shot. And Garvin may be headed for an early exit here in the final game of this series. Sox looking for a sweep. Bullpen active. Here's Lamar Johnson. 6-2. Another chance for a home run. Diamond shot. 1-12. 1-12, and Johnson goes deep. And he does. Another home run. 3 home runs in the inning. That's going to be all for Garvin. He just lost it all at one time, it seems like. So timeout for a pitching change for the Jays as their bullpen gets tested again. And they're going to go to Steve Hargan, long relief. Sorry it's not a closer game, folks, but Blue Jays just aren't cooperating. Good news is that the White Sox, their next series will be against Boston, so hopefully there'll be better games. Here's Soderholm, 2-8 against a right-hander. 2-8, ground ball to third. That is out number 2. 2 outs, base is empty for Chet Lemon. 2-6 for Lemon. Ground ball to short. That's going to end the inning finally. So Hargan brings some order, but 5 runs come in, so it's a 6-0 lead for the Sox as we go to the bottom of the third. So, yeah, Sebastian, darn those Sox, huh? All right, here is Stone facing McKay, and McKay and Cerrone haven't even batted yet, and a lot of the White Sox have already batted twice. Tells you how bad it is. Here's McKay, switch hitter, batting lefty, 3-2 against Stone. Ballpark single check, but for a lefty, it's bad weather, so it's only a 1 or a 2 will get him a hit. Anything else, he will line to short. And he lines to second, since he's a lefty. 1 down, here's Rick Cerrone. 1-4 against the right-hander. He's going to walk. So, walk to Cerrone. First one issued by Stoney. And that'll bring up Garcia. Cerrone, no threat to steal. 6-6. Another walk. So back-to-back free passes issued by Stone. Here's Jim Mason, shortstop. 3-9 for Mason. That's ground ball second base C. So the runners will advance on the ground out. Runners at second and third with 2 outs for Doug Alt. Doug Alt in real life hit 2 home runs on opening day. 6-6, he's a right-hander, 6-6, and he will walk. So that's a bases loaded now. Stone has walked the bases loaded. And it's going to be Ron Fairley, big DH. Could get the Blue Jays right back in the game with a long ball. It's a 1-4. Now he's going to ground to short instead, just like he did his last at bat. And the Blue Jays leave him loaded. So we go to the 4th. Still 6-0 Sox comfortably in front. Stoney avoids any problems. And Hargan will have another chance in relief. All right, here is Brian Downing. I didn't need a D20. 3-9. Don't know why I rolled it. Out of habit, I guess. 3-9. 1-11 is a triple. 12-20 is a single. That's a triple for Brian Downing. So the Southside Hitmen living up to their name. Infield's going to have to come in. Here's Ralph Garr. 1-7 for Garr. Fly ball center field B with a question mark. Now, Downing runs an 11, not that well, so they're going to hold Downing up with nobody out. They're not going to risk getting him thrown at the plate. They got other guys that can drive him in. So here's Bannister. 3-8. Ground ball pitcher B. Now I've got to check the chart because the infield is considered to be in on when it goes to the pitcher. So let's see what the ground ball B brings about. With the runner at third, ground ball B is a 7. It says batter safe, lead runner is out. So how about that? So in this case, Downing is out 1-2 on the fielder's choice. At least that's the way I'm playing it. Here's Orta. 3-6 for Orta. Ground ball to second, and that's going to end the inning. So Hargan pitches around that triple. A little bit of sloppy base running by the Sox. But they've got a 6-0 lead, so they don't care. All right. Bottom of the 4th. Stone still enjoying that big lead. And Al Woods leads up. An error message, huh? That's yours or mine, Larry? 6-11. Struck him out. Stone with the strikeout. Excuse me, it should have been Ewing, not Woods. My bad. Still going to be a strikeout because Ewing's a lefty. So 6-11 is off of Stone's cards to strikeout anyway. Here's Al Woods, 4-12. And that's a ballpark home run chance, 1-12. And he does have normal power. So Woods could get him on the board. And he does. Al Woods puts the Jays on the board with a long ball. He's doubled and homered in this game. That's the lead to 6-1. Ron Fairley, 5-7 is a walk. So after the homer comes the walk. Brings up Gary Woods. I'm sorry, that was, how these cards get out of order? That's supposed to be Gary Woods batting, not Fairley. Somehow these cards got out of order when I was moving things around. Let me correct that. Woods. Okay, so Fairley needs to be over here. So I want to re-roll that at bat because I don't remember what the roll was. But it should have been Gary Woods at bat, not Fairley. So let me re-roll that. 6-7. 6-7 is against a right-hander. 1-2 is a double. Anything else is a single with 2 stars. It's a single. So instead of a walk, it's a single. So either way, Woods reaches. Here's McKay. 3-6 for McKay. Ground ball pitcher B. That's a fielder's choice. 1-6 for out number 2. And it brings up Rick Cerrone. 2-8 for Cerrone is a fly to left, and that's going to end the inning. Yeah, Anthony, I would like to have closer games, but the Blue Jays just aren't cooperating here. They just didn't realize they were that bad. I knew they were bad, but I thought they'd be more competitive than this. But that's just the way it goes. All right, here's Richie Zisk against Hargan. 2-11. And Zisk is going to pound some more. 1-7 is a double. And it is a double for Richie Zisk. So he's 2 for 3, a single and a double. He's up big Jim Spencer. Spencer 6-11 against Hargan is a walk. So that's going to put runners at first and second. Nobody out for Lamar Johnson, DH. The double play is set up though. 1-4. He couldn't get it. 1-4 is a ground ball, second base C. So no double play, but the do get the out, but the runners do advance on the round out to second. So infield's in. Against Soderholm, trying to cut the run off. So 1 chance for a wild pitch, and it's a guaranteed wild pitch because that's a 20. So Hargan has just wild pitched a run in. This is after Lemanchik in game 2 had 4 wild pitches. And this one, Hargan just uncorked one to bring home a run. Soderholm's at third with 1 out. 5-7 is a walk. So this is getting ugly by the minute. Here's Chet Lemon. 1-6 for Lemon. Ground ball shortstop A. That's going to help the cause. That's a double play to end the inning. 6-4-3. But the wild pitch brought home the run. And at the end of 4.5, it's the White Sox 7 and the Blue Jays 1. Probably going to be all for Hargan. Although he might go in for an extra inning because they don't want to wear out the bullpen. And he does have a fairly good relief rating of 3. So may go a little further. We'll wait and see. Here's Garcia. 5-8. Stoney against Garcia. 1-2 is a triple. 3-20 is a single. It is a single for Garcia. So leading off the 5th, Garcia with the single. Brings up Jim Mason, shortstop. 2-2. Pop out to first. Handled by Spencer. 1 away. Brings up Doug Alt. 5-9 for Stoney. 5-9. Struck him out. Stone reaching back for something a little extra. Here's Ron Fairley. 3-5 for Fairley. Is a single with 2 stars. So that's going to move Garcia to third. Runners on the corners, 2 outs for Sam Ewing. 2-5 for Ewing. 1-10's a single. Anything else, he grounds to Soderholm at third. And he grounds to Soderholm at third to end the inning. It's been that kind of night for the Blue Jays. D20 not cooperative. So we go to the 6th. And I'm going to go ahead and let Hargan keep going for one more inning. Unless it gets out of hand and he has to come out. Here's Downing. 112. Line out second base max, but nobody else is on base, so it's simply a line out to second. No double play or triple play like I had before. Here's Gar. 2-5. It's a single. Single for Gar, so the hit parade continues. Obviously not going to run when you're up 7-1. 2-7 is a fly to center for Bannister. That's out number 2. Brings up George Orta. 2-9 for Orta. He grounds to short. And that's going to end the inning. So Hargan did his job. He pitched 3 innings and saved some of that bullpen from wear and tear. And we go to the bottom of the 6th. Stone has a 7 on his fatigue rating, so he's still good as far as that goes. Here is Al Woods. 1-2 for Woods. He's going to foul out to Downing behind the plate. 1 away. And that brings up Gary Woods. 3-8 for Gary Woods. A 1-8 is a single. Anything else, he grounds to Spencer. That's an 8. It's going to sneak through for a base hit. Brings up Dave McKay. McKay, 6-4. Against a lefty. He's a fly ball center field X. That is Ralph Gar. And Ralph Gar, I'm sorry, not Ralph Gar, it's Lemon in center. He's a 3-E13. 3-E13, a 3 and a 7. 3 and a 7, I think he'll get to that. 3 and a 7, he does. And that's a 10, so there's no errors on 10, so it is a good fly ball to center. Caught by Lemon for out number 2. Brings up Rick Cerrone. 2-5 for Cerrone is a fly to left, and that's going to end the inning. But after 6 complete, it is the White Sox and a laugher leading the Blue Jays 7-1. And now we need a new pitcher for the Jays, as Hargan has gone 3 innings and is running on fumes. So they will turn it over to Pete Vukovich. Pete Vukovich will come on and try to keep things where they are. Pete Vukovich went on to play with the Brewers in the World Series in '82. But 77, he's a starter / reliever for the Jays. Here's Richie Zisk. 6-4 for Zisk. That's a fly ball center field X, and that's going to be Gary Woods. And Gary Woods, with his defensive rating, is a 4-E3. 4-2, that's going to drop. See if it's extra bases or not. 4-2 is a double. And that's 10, no error on the 10, but it is a double for Richie Zisk. And he has doubled twice as well as singled. So Zisk having a big day. Yeah, that's Anthony, that's from Play.com's History Maker Baseball. Al Wilson has this on his site, these little player photos. So the one from strat-o-matic has the Chicago Cubs backdrop, and that's what I use for the Cubs. But when I'm playing the White Sox or any of their opponents, I'm using these. So just give you something in the backdrop just to give you a feel that you're at Exhibition Stadium. Only I'm missing is snow. All right, here's Spencer 4-11, and that's a ballpark single check. But again, a lefty, it's only 1-2, and he gets a 1. That's the kind of game it's been for the Blue Jays. It follows through with a base hit, and it's going to put runners at the corners with nobody out. Lamar Johnson, 3-4, fly ball center field B, question mark. Zisk doesn't run well, though, so they're going to hold Zisk. They're not going to attempt it. Soderholm, 3-3. He fouls out to third. Handled over there by McKay. That's 2 away. Here's Chet Lemon. 6-8 for Lemon against Vukovic. He grounds to third, and that's in the inning. So maybe they should have tried that sac fly play, but you figure with nobody out, you're going to have chances to score, but they did not do it. And now we go to the 7th inning stretch. Gonna forgo music today, I think, and just because it's kind of late, I want to get the game done. So we're going back out. Steve Stone, this will be his point of weakness inning beginning, because he starts at a 7. Here's Garcia, 1-5, struck him out. So Stone doesn't look weak right now. He gets the strikeout, start the inning. Here's Mason, 6-11, struck him out. So Stoney, 2 consecutive strikeouts to start the inning. So he doesn't seem like he's feeling any ill effects of fatigue. Doug Alt, 2-3. There is a walk, so that's 1 ding on his point of weakness. And it's going to bring up Ron Fairley. Fairley, a 3-4. Fly to right. That's going to end the inning. And we go to the 8th. It is the White Sox comfortably in front, 7-1. I got a funny feeling that the Blue Jays just don't have it in them to come back. But the question is, how many runs will they give up? Here's Vukovic. He's out for his 2nd inning of work. He's facing Brian Downing. And I dropped the white die again. That happens to me quite a bit, it seems. Now I can't figure. Oh, there it is. Sorry about that, folks. Downing, 3-6. That's a solid single. So it seems like leadoff man is getting on all the time for the Sox. Here's Gar. The 4-10. That's a walk. So 2-1. Nobody out here in the 8th. And Vukovic may be needing relief here very shortly. Here's Bannister, the shortstop. 3-6. 1-2's a homer. Anything else, he flies to right. And he's going to fly to right. 1 away as the play was made by Ewing. Here's George Orta. 5-2 against Vukovic. Ground ball second base X. That's Garcia. And Pedro Garcia, his defense is a 4 E24. 4 and a 3. That's not good. That's going to be a base hit. And that's a 17. 17. Was he an E24? Did I say E24? I did say E24. And an E24 second baseman, a 17 is a 2-base error. So it's going to be a single plus a 2-base error. So that's really not good. So Orta will single. And that will score Downing. We'll give him the RBI for that. And it will move Guard to second. But then the 2-base error will allow Guard to score and allow Orta to go to third. That's on the E4. So error on Garcia on the E4. And it's going from bad to worse. Here's Richie Zisk. 4-6 for Zisk. And it's even getting worse. 4-6 is a 1-6. I'm sorry, 1-8 double. 9-20 is a single. That's a double. So that will score Orta for the 3rd run of the inning, and that's going to be it. And that's another double for Zisk. He has 3 doubles in the game now. And that's going to do it for Vukovic. He's out of here. And the Blue Jays will have to bring in Jerry Johnson. Try to mop things up here. Right-hander Jerry Johnson. The Blue Jays will be licking their wounds after this series. They won't be eager to face the Sox anymore, I don't believe. Here's Spencer. 2-7. 2-7 is a fly to center. And that's out number 2. Luckily, it wasn't 2 outs already because that was a clutch check. And that would have been a hit. But with only 1 out, no hit. Here's Johnson. 4-7. 1-4 is a single. Anything else? And McKay will grab it. And McKay grabs it. Throws over for the force play at second. I'm sorry, throws over to third. There is no force play. Throws over to first, rather. And that's 3 more runs. So now we got a 10-1 ball game. For some reason I cannot catch a break on close games. The Sox are just blowing people away, and they're actually pitching, which is even more scary. So Stoney is going to stay in there. He only had one ding against his point of weakness. That was a walk, so he's still good to go. And he's going to be facing Sam Ewing. Ewing, a 2-6, struck him out. So Stone still got some juice left. One away for Al Woods. 2-7 is a ground ball to second, and that's two away. Thank you for all you guys that are still watching this blowout and sticking with me. It's not much to see, I can tell you. 2-5, ground ball to second, although watching Stoney work is pretty cool. He's gone through 8 innings with no problems, just the one run. The home run to Al Woods was the only thing he really gave up. And we go to the 9th. 10-1 Sox. All right, here's Soderholm. He will start things off against Jerry Johnson. Soderholm, a 2-6. And he's got a chance to hit a home run. 1-15 for a dinger. 16-20 is a double. It's a home run for Eric Soderholm. So the Southside Hitmen continuing to slug away. It's now 11-1. Here's Lemon, 1-8. He gets a single. Be curious to see what the total hits are for the Sox already. There'll be gory details for sure. 1, that's a chance at a wild pitch. Jerry Johnson does have a 7 wild pitch rating. That's a 3, so why not throw a wild pitch? Everything else is going wrong. Why not throw a wild pitch? So a wild pitch for Jerry Johnson. Downing still at the plate. Runner at second. 2-7, and that's a walk. So he would have gotten the second anyway on the walk, but the wild pitch got him there early. Still nobody out. 2 on. Here's Ralph Garr, top of the order. There's a 2, so a chance for a balk or a pass ball. We are checking a pass ball. And the pass ball rating on Cerrone is 0. So he has no pass ball, so no pass ball. So Garr, 2-6. Solid single with 2 stars. And that will score Lemon with another run and move Downing to third. So now it's the scoreboard operator's getting dizzy. Here's Bannister, 1-9. Ground ball shortstop A. That's going to finally do some good for him. A 6-4-3 double play, but the run will score. That's only 2 outs. And Downing comes in to score, but they'll trade that to get the 2 outs. Now the bases are clear for Orta. 1-9, Orta. 1-15 is a double. 16-20 is a single. It's a double, so Orta. More extra base hits. And speaking of extra base hits, here's Zisk. He's got 3 doubles already. 110. This time he fouls out to Alt at first base to end the inning mercifully. 3 more runs. 6, and so that looks like, if I'm counting this right, that's 13. So 13-1 as we go to the bottom of the 9th. And Stoney, you may as well let him try to get the complete game. I don't see any reason using the bullpen unless he falters. So that's what they're going to do. They're going to stick with Stoney and give him a chance to complete the game if he possibly can. Bullpen is loosening just in case he runs out of gas. So right now, here is McKay. 5-7. 5-7 against a lefty is a walk. So a leadoff walk, that's something you don't want to do when you're up 13-1. Here's Cerrone. Actually, they're going to pinch hit for Cerrone. So not that it really matters, but might as well get some other guys some chances to bat. So they're going to bring in Otto Velez, DH extraordinaire. So Otto Velez will pinch hit for Cerrone just to try to get some offense. Otto Velez. 1-9 for Velez, and that's a 1-4 double. Anything else, he will fly to center. And he flies to center, so pinch hitting did not work. 1-9 for Cerrone, just out of curiosity's sake. What would Cerrone have done on a 1-9? Cerrone on a 1-9 would have struck out. So at least Velez made contact. Here's Garcia. 4-8. Struck him out. So Stoney with the strikeout, 1 out away from the complete game. And that's 3 strikeouts for Garcia. He's got the hat trick. So it'll be Mason, last chance. 5-4. Oops. Stay up there, Stoney. 5-4. Ground ball third base X. That's Soderholm. Soderholm is a 2-11 to end the game. 2 and 8. He'll get to that. There's a 9. Let's check E11. E11. Thank goodness there is no 9, and the ball game's over. So mercifully, this game has come to an end. 13-1. I'm going to total up the gory details on these hits. The score sheet's a mess. Let's see here how many hits they had. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. I got them for 18 hits unofficially. So unofficially, I have the Sox at 13, 18, and 0, with Stoney, of course, getting the complete game win, and Garvin taking the loss. Let's check what Stoney had here. 1 hit, 2 hits, 3, 4, 5. I got him for 5 hits. He did walk a few, but only gave up 5 hits. This is unofficial because I'm doing it real fast. So real fast, 13, 18, and 0 for the Sox. 1, 5, and 1 for the Blue Jays. And the Sox improved to 3 and 0 as they get ready to have their home opener this weekend, and it will be against the Boston Red Sox. So it'll be Sox versus Sox as we christen Comiskey Park for the home opener, where Harry Carey will be there singing, and all the festivities and the bunting will be going on. And hey Al, how you doing? And I am going to be on with ID Jester Tuesday night at 8 o'clock. I'm really looking forward to that. I feel honored that he's asking me to be on there to chat. I did have a one-on-one chat with him last week for about 15 minutes or so. He's very engaging. I watch the channel a lot, but talking to him one-on-one, I get a better appreciation for him. He seems like a really wonderful man and very good channel and has good content, and I look forward to being on there and speaking with him and speaking with everybody else, I guess, for that matter. So I'm not sure what he's going to ask me, but I'll try to do my best to answer it. And that's going to be Tuesday night, 8 o'clock Eastern. This weekend will be the Sox home opener against the Boston Red Sox. And I'm trying to remember who they play. Do I have the score sheets? Thought I pulled the score sheets for those lineups. Let's see here. Yeah, they're actually off. The Sox are actually have an off day because they just finished this 4-10 game with Toronto. They got an off day, and they got 2 day games against Boston coming up on the 12th and the 13th, simulating. So let's see. I thought I had these things printed out, but maybe I did not. But I could have sworn that I did. Hold the phone, folks. I might have it. Yes, I do have it. Okay, let me go find it. Here we go. This is for you, Al. This will be the game that's going to be coming up on April the 12th. First game of the series will be lefty Ken Brett against right-hander Rick Wise. And you can see the lineup. Now, the thing is, in the real game, the Sox had Griffin as the second baseman, but I don't have a card for Griffin. So I'm putting Dillard in, another righty, against Brett because they wouldn't use Doyle as a lefty. They sat Doyle. So you still got a good lineup there. Fred Lynn is on the DL until May, so he's not in this. Fisk is having the game off, so Montgomery's going to catch. But still should be a good one. Ken Brett against Rick Wise, and that's going to be on Saturday. I don't know if it'll be live or not, but I'll at least for sure do the recording of it for that particular game. And then the Cubs will be going to the Phillies to take on the Phils at the Vet, and that's going to be the April 11th game because they don't have an off day. So this is actually going to be my next game going by the calendar. And it'll be Bill Bonham against Wayne Twitchell. And you can see the Phillies have quite a loaded lineup with Schmidt and Luzinski right there at the top. So hopefully this program I'm using for the live stream worked well. Hopefully there were no glitches to it. Hopefully the quality of the video, not my quality, but the quality of the camera and the picture held up pretty well, hopefully. I'll go back and watch it later and see how it did. And if this works well, then I'll keep using this. And let's see, what time is it? I don't even know what time it is. It is just after 10 o'clock Eastern. So I probably need to start packing away things for the night and get ready to go to work tomorrow. Early bird catches the worm, as they say. I thank everybody for tuning in. And even though it was a blowout, sticking with me. Like I said, I've always hoped to get close games, but sometimes you can't control that, particularly if you're playing a very bad team like the Blue Jays. So until Saturday, and if you can't catch me Saturday, catch me Tuesday with ID Jester at 8 o'clock. I'm sure he'll have loads of questions for me, and I'll do my best to answer them. And I'm sure he'll put out questions to the rest of the viewing public to ask me whatever it is people want to ask me. So check in then. If not on Saturday, then I'll catch you all on Tuesday. Until next time, make sure to tune in to both ID Jester, Anthony at Bleacher Bum Gaming, and Al Red Sox Fan anytime they're live streaming. All good quantity, as well as Retro Sports Network. Ron Juckett has a wonderful channel as well. Check them all out. Give them a like, give them a subscribe, and keep in touch with all the community. As the community grows and we all try to bond as one, we're not in competition with each other. We're trying to enhance each other and support each other and encourage each other, and that's what keeps everything going. So until next time, we will enjoy playing whatever game you choose to play, however you choose to play it, and I will see you all down the road.